welcome to this video. My name is Emma and this is Lauresha, and we are both working for the Gaia-X Federation Services so-called GXFS project. In the next couple of videos, you will get a better understanding of our project and our key objectives.
One goal of Gaia-X is to organize participants in federations. To empower these federations and to make them operational, we are working on so-called GXFS toolbox. This toolbox will help to fulfill the main Gaia-X objectives, which are providing trust, interoperability, and ensuring that each data owner retains sovereignty over their data.
We are happy to introduce to you our key experts. They are all working with us in the project to implement the reference open source code for this toolbox.
Hello everyone, in this video we have Sebastian. He is leading the work package 3, Sovereign Data Exchange, and he is the CTO of International Data Spaces Association. Welcome, Sebastian.
Thank you, Lauresha.
Could you please tell us something about your work package services and why do we need these services?
So, work package 3, the Sovereign Data Exchange, basically provides two different services: a data contracting service and a data exchange logging service. And we need both services. First of all, if you want to share data inside such data-driven ecosystems like Gaia-X is, you want to have a contract on how the data should be shared and used then later on by the data user. And the data contracting service can support you with creating a data delivery contract and with negotiating a data delivery contract. And then both of us, we can sign such a contract, and then you have to stick to this contract. And this is what the data exchange logging service is for. There, both of us, we can provide evidence that we have this contract, that I provided the data to you, and they used the data rightly as put in your obligations.
What is the importance of being part of this project, Gaia-X Federation Services, and why do you personally want to work on this project?
So Gaia-X is an important endeavor to support the data economy and to enable data sharing and data usage. We have to put real value into data. That's why we need projects like Gaia-X to build up the data economy. The GXFS project is of utmost importance because we need a proper foundation to speed up the development of those data ecosystems and service infrastructure that Gaia-X provides. Personally, for me, it's important that we build this data ecosystem, the service ecosystem, where everyone can freely decide to be part inside and to have a determined decision. So I have an informed and educated decision how I want to use my services, how I want to share my data, and what could be done with data.
And what is the difference of this approach from currently widely used concepts?
So inside our work package, the main difference is that currently we start using data contracts basically, but we don't have really good overview how it works. And we have always two parts of this. The one thing is something like legal aspects, so terms and conditions that we typically know, and other things are technically enforceable conditions. And we need both. And this is currently worked out in industry and also in research, but we don't have something like a standard, a common agreement on that. And as said, we need both the legal aspects and the technical parts. Like we have, for example, in access control. You have a certain role in your enterprise and you may assess data or you may not assess data. And as said, we need both, and we can do both currently already, but we don't have standards on this. So in a development phase, can build the first things, but we don't have things like standard contracts, default conditions for data usage, and so on. And this is what we do have to fix, to provide templates, standards that everyone can use and get a proper understanding and awareness. How can I clearly describe how data can be assessed and used later on?
Can you please tell us some key challenges you are facing at your work and how you deal with these problems?
Sure. Of course, we have first of all technical key challenges. So we need proper technology to support data contracting and data exchange logging. So these technologies exist and we just have to assemble them in a proper way. But for projects like Gaia-X, it is important that we have interoperability. So we need clearly defined interfaces that are reusable so that you can easily plug and play, like you plug in an USB stick into a computer and it works. And we have to define those based on a common agreement. And this is what Gaia-X can do, to define common agreements and move forward into the direction of a standard. And then, of course, we have the adoption challenges, that people have to understand how this works. What can we do with data policies, data delivery contracts? How can we do those things? What can we describe? How can we describe this? And basically understand what is the intention of my doing? Because today we refuse to share data or we share data openly, but there is something in between. And this is what we have to understand. For example, if you share a PowerPoint slide with me, you sometimes say, but please don't give it to someone else. That's an easy one. But if you share machine data, you have to clearly understand what is allowed to do with it and what not, and you have to really think about this. And this is more educational and adoption challenges to create awareness and the proper mind setting for that.
What has been the main achievement of your work in this project? And we would like also to know what is next.
So main achievement, definitely we have the specification done. That was a great achievement. So we have a common sense, we have a common understanding how data delivery contracts can look inside Gaia-X and how they can be used in industry as a whole. So that's really a big achievement. We leveraged existing standards as base technologies, linked data standard. That's also a good achievement. Now we have a starting point. And as soon as the service will be implemented, people can start playing around. And so this is for me personally as next steps, asking people, so did you try it out? What are your thoughts about this? What do you want to do? Just imagine if you could share data with someone else via Gaia-X and make it usable. Which conditions would you put on? And let's start with real simple data sets, something that you would like to share. And then think about data sets that maybe you don't want to share, but think about which conditions would be properly. And this is for me the next important thing, to think about this, what is possible, how can I express it, and how can I generate value out of that.
Last question for you. What is your call to the community and other participants join Gaia-X project?
Well, first of all, join it, support it. We are all on our common way to build this cool sovereign cloud infrastructure for Europe, so be part of this, join us, and at least try to understand. You don't have to be the first and early movers who really dig into the technical details first, but listen to the things and think about how you can use it inside your company, in your domain, in your ecosystem. What would be the value of it, and which steps do you have to take personally or as a company first to move into the direction of Gaia-X, because I think this is the future. So my main call is join us and be part of the journey.
Right. Thank you very much for being with us today.
It was a pleasure, Laresha. Thank you so much.